Welcome to the Explore Your Spirit with Kayla show. I'm your host and your travel guide to the other side, Kayla Ambrose. Some of you know me as an author, others as an intuitive. Some call me a modern muse and an oracle. And I like to say I'm an intuitive lifestyle expert. I'm going to help you, whether it's through wisdom teachings, showing you how to connect with your higher self and your soul's journey, figuring out who you are and why you're here, what's your purpose. I do my best to help visionaries and others live their best life. Excited to bring the podcast back to talk about things, and I wanted to talk about the season we're in right now and what's happening. What's happening with all the changes that we see. And what I really want to say is the light is getting stronger. And I know it's chaotic out there, and I know nothing makes sense anymore. But as a soul, you chose to come back, to be around this in this lifetime, to watch this great change and upheaval and evolution as we move into a new age. And of course, whenever we're making big changes, it's going to make a big mess. And that's what we're seeing right now. But my dear seeker of light, I want to remind you that there is a voice that lives beyond time. It echoes through the temples of your memory. It whispers beneath the surface of your dreams, and it stirs in the stillness when you ask, is there more? I hear that voice, and I endeavor now to bring that voice to you, for it has awakened again and is stirring. And it's with great joy that I'm here to you today, with you back on this podcast, and sharing this information intended to guide, uplift, and help you explore your spirit. Like I said, some of you know me as Kayla Ambrose, the author, the psychic, the wisdom teacher, and even the interior designer, not just of homes, but also the interior designer of your internal wisdom as well. At the core, I'm a wisdom teacher and an oracle, and I'm here to serve. And if you were reading this or listening to this right now on my blog or my podcast, well, it means you are ready to remember. I'm endeavoring to step forward to share ancient wisdom and celestial guidance as well. These sacred messages are not forecasts. They are invitations. They are invitations to rise, to reclaim your power, and to walk with me on the path of light with courage and grace. Together today, what I want to explore is the energy of the current cosmic cycle, the deeper meaning behind the planetary alignments astrologically, share some rituals to help you on your transformation and support you, offer some mystical insights and some tools and teachings to help align your energy, design your life, and activate your soul's purpose. What I most want you to remember right now is that you are not here to passively observe the stars. You are here to dance with them. Each message here is a map. Each ritual is a key. This is the way it was taught in the ancient mystery schools and how it is still shared today. For it is for you to take the journey within. Each month as we pass through this time, the veil lifts a little more, revealing the magnificent being that you were born to be. The circle has begun. Let's let the journey begin. Let's go. My message really that I want to share in this episode is about the phoenix. Your phoenix moment has arrived. It is time to rise through the fire and claim the higher timeline. That's right, I said the higher timeline. The energy is shifting. Can you feel it? Uranus has awakened, and it's entered Gemini in the first time in 84 years. This is what we call a mental revolution. It is a call to rewrite your story, to raise your voice, expect ideas to come out of the blue, and expect truth to stir things in you and awaken you. I encourage all of my mystery school students to keep a book, a journal, something that they write in notes and intuitive feelings. If you would like to do this work today, in your book, I would ask you to write, what truth am I no longer willing to silence? What truth am I no longer willing to silence? If you'd like to know more about studying with me in the mystery schools, or working with me one-on-one, or taking my online classes, or reading my books, sign up for my free newsletter on exploreyourspirit.com, where all this information is available. Back to what we're talking about now, beloved soul. There comes a moment when the flames no longer threaten to consume you. Yes, there are fires all around, but they are here to forge you. We are opening the door to alchemical transformation. Remember, the phoenix does not rise in spite of the fire. It rises because of the fire. You are in that sacred fire now, and the ashes are falling away, but they are not the ending. They are your new beginning. You are not who you were, and the timeline you're stepping into holds more light than ever seen before. This is your phoenix moment. Rise, beloved soul. Rise to the ashes of the old timeline, for your higher path awaits. This time is rebirth and of the phoenix rising. Pluto retrograde with the summer heat makes a hot alchemical transformation. Astrologically, I want to bring a couple things to your attention, break it down a little bit, and give you some action items to take advantage of with these energetic aspects. The theme I call for July is alchemy of the self. And the frequency, because everything is energy, frequency, and vibration, the frequency is courage, rebirth, and power. In alignment with cosmic timing, it's transmutation, choosing your timeline, and embracing your personal power. Uranus entered Gemini, and after 84 years, it's bringing a disruption and a new beginning in the communication, media, and the intellect. This means sudden ideas and collective shifts in how we receive and share information, and mental breakthroughs for all of us. What can you do to embrace this energy? The action I would suggest is it's time to rewrite your old stories. It's time to get clear with your thoughts. Think about what you're focusing on and what you're thinking on, and how you can rewrite and let go of the past. Stop telling the old stories. Stop living in the past. Stop telling everyone that you can't do something because this is the way it was always done, or how your parents did it, or what your group or family or culture or society has always believed. Think for yourself. Venus also went into Gemini, and with the Venus-Uranus conjunction. And that makes our relationships more curious and social and conversation driven. This brings a lot of spontaneity and excitement into partnerships and relationships. Action-wise, this means open up to new opportunities, delight in unexpected connections and in creative delights, and flirt a little. It's time to awaken new forms of self-expression and how you understand beauty. Open up. Neptune is retrograde in Aries, and when it does this, it amplifies inner vision. It brings about intuitive resets and a gentle dissolution of ego-based illusion. Neptune is dreamier and softer about it, so expect to pay attention to your dreams and what they're telling you there. Because Neptune is softer, it tries to enter your subconscious first and into your dream state to help you see what's not working and what is still bothering you on an emotional level that it's time to let go of. It's time for spiritual introspection and honoring intuition over impulse. It's a time to rework your dreams. And these are the dreams that you have outwardly. So pay attention to your subconscious, unconscious dreams, and pay attention to your goals that are your dreams at this time. If you want to know more about all of that, I have a book called The Awakened Dreamer that talks about dreaming and interpretations, but also how to magnify your dreams outwardly as well. Saturn is retrograde in Aries. Saturn, as we know, brings structure and discipline. And when it's retrograding in Aries, it's telling us that we need to reevaluate our personal ambition and also our boundaries and our identity. Energetically, this is telling us to reassess our life structure, our goals, to have patience with our growth, and to refine our leadership presence. The action is it's time to restructure your standards and boundaries. Now, if you're a student and you've worked with me, you know I talk about standards and boundaries all the time. This is the basic one-on-one of esoteric wisdom teachings. Being in control of your thoughts and your emotions and creating standards and boundaries, what you will accept, what you won't accept, what you will do and what you won't do, and making sure that that's clear within you and with others. This is what Saturn is trying to teach us right now. We had the full moon in Capricorn this month, opposite Pluto, illuminating deep pressures in our career and in legacy type structures. Energetically, that is an emotional reckoning around your public journey, your public path, and you're being fueled by some inner transformational energy. This is deep, okay? Capricorn always wants to work with business and career. It's asking you to really look at what light is being shown on your career, and are you walking on the right path? Are you really in the right mindset? Are you really going where you need to be for the goals and dreams and desires that you have in your career or business? It's time to take a deep look. Action-wise, always with a full moon, it's a great time to do a release ritual, charge up your crystals as well. I love working with crystals and talk about those anytime. Mercury is retrograde in Leo, and Mercury, as we know, is the mind and the messenger. And it's interesting, it's going retrograde in Leo. And so many people are afraid of Mercury retrograde. They want to, oh no, it's retrograde, everything's going to break, everything's going to go wrong. Oh, don't sign any contracts. They just want to tell you the scary part. True. A lot of research shows that a lot of things bought during a retrograde that or electronic do tend to break more. So if you can hold off on buying something like that, do. Double check all your contracts as well. But I want to talk about the good part of Mercury retrograde. It allows us to review, revise, reconsider, revitalize, re-energize, things to reappear. And all of that can be very, very good. So when it's in Leo, it's telling us to look at our creative expression, our communications, and our self-presentation to the world. Again, kind of also going in with that full moon in Capricorn, Mercury then going retrograde, is saying you really need to take a look at your persona and how it's being perceived. Energetically, it wants you to look at your projects and see if things are being delayed, and if so, why. The goal here and what this retrograde really means, I believe, is to learn to really step into the heart chakra and to be authentic rather than hustle. We've been taught lately, hustle, hustle. You need more, get a second job, hustle, hustle. Work all the time. We have all the time in the world. But in third dimension, we get confused and think we don't. But when we step out of third and fourth dimension and move into fifth dimension, we realize that we're in the flow of energy and all the time that we need. And there we can open up and be in a sense of time that is different. Have you ever noticed when you're happy and having fun, time goes quickly? When you're bored and stuck doing something you don't like, it goes slow. There is a perception of time. And when you're in flow, you can move the energy of time. That's a deep teaching that I would love to go deeper into. I do in my classes if you want to study with me or work with me. But it's time to reignite your understanding of time. And with this retrograde, it's really about reinventing your creative side. And what do you love to do that's authentic? Not what you think you have to do for a hustle, but go back and think about, what do I really love to do? And see how you can make that into work that you do. Sun is opposite Pluto in Aquarius. This is a new frequency intended to create balance between your self-expression and the collective consciousness. That has been out of balance lately with self-expression and the collective consciousness, and that's what's causing a lot of the anger, a lot of the strife, because there's such a deep divide. Energetically, this means we have to face the hidden power dynamics in relationships and in our communities. We emerge through them by stepping in our power, but that begins by being vulnerable and being honest and being authentic. It means looking deeper to see what is really triggering everyone. And most times it's based on fear. If we can heal and let go of the fear, we can find a way together to go through. So with this, the action item that I recommend is to review your inner power and see how it is being perceived outwardly. How do you present to others? What is your vibe, your presence? Not what you think you're doing, but really take the time to look and see how others are responding to you and what energy are you giving off. You may find that that energy may be putting some people off or creating conflict where there is not necessarily a need to do so. Maybe you are putting out energy that creates a conflict because you feel concerned and that you need protection or a wall. It's time to reevaluate that. And this is what the Sun opposite Pluto in Aquarius is helping you work on, between your self-expression and the collective consciousness and the balance between. All right, so what is the message for you this month, both astrologically and energetically? Well, July is mental revolution. It is also soulful releasing and stepping into your new vibe, your new energy, your new frequency, your presence. It's time to rewrite your story. It's time for new connections, possibly romance or spontaneous creativity. Second chakra is where we feel love and intimacy and romance in a physical way. But it also, when we're not using that energy physically, we can raise up the energy of the second chakra, and that becomes a creative outlet. It's time to do some emotional clearing and to embrace this retrograde and look to be authentic rather than perfect. Let go of the concept of perfection. Just be the best you that you can be. And you're going to find that's different every day according to how you're doing, how you're feeling, what's happening in your life. But strive to be the best you that you can be. And then don't settle for just that. Strive to do better and be better. I share a mantra with my students, and I have one for this month if you'd like it. It is, I am not who I was, and I was never only that. The fire came to forge, not destroy. This is my phoenix moment. Rise, beloved soul. Rise through the ashes of the old timeline that is burning away. My higher path awaits. If you like rituals, there's a ritual to do this with the phoenix rising. I call it the fire of becoming. And the purpose is to release your old identity and rise in alignment with your soul's power. What you'll need for this is a red or orange candle, a small fire-safe container, and a place that is safe where you can have a small flame in this container. You're going to want a small piece of paper and a pen or a pencil. I like to do in pencil because pencil is lead, and that's going back to alchemy, right? Turning lead into gold. A phoenix symbol to have nearby is helpful, and you'll want to use a fire-aligned crystal. Carnelian, garnet are my favorite fire quartz. So you want to set the space first. Light the candle and hold the crystal that you chose and say, I stand at the edge of my becoming. The fire does not burn me, it reveals me. Then write on a piece of paper what you're ready to release. Old patterns, fears, old roles that you've been carrying, old beliefs. Write this on the paper and then place the paper in your fire-safe container. And as it burns, say, I release the ashes of my past. I claim the fire of transformation. Now hold your crystal in your hand and put your hand up near your heart. Visualize golden red light spiraling up your spine, forming wings of light behind you. And then say, I am the phoenix. I rise by sacred choice. I become what I was born to be. You are not who you were, and the timeline you're stepping into holds more light than ever before. Extinguish the fire. Feel the red and gold wings emerging from your shoulder blades, emerging from you as you become the symbol of the phoenix. Wrap that energy into your crystal. You wrote on a piece of paper with pencil lead, and as it burned, it transmuted lead into gold, putting that gold light with the red flame into the fire, into your wings as the phoenix. Be reborn. That's my message for this podcast. Thank you for joining me here on this path, on this journey. If you like, please share this podcast and my newsletter with others that you think might benefit from the information. Share my website, exploreyourspirit.com. And join me here again on the podcast. For now, in wisdom and wonder, and in fire and grace of the phoenix, I sign off as Kayla, the oracle, the wisdom teacher, and the guardian of the ancient flame.